In the ancient lands of Anatolia, a powerful people known as the Hittites began to rise. Around 1600 BCE, small city-states united under Hattusa, their formidable capital carved into stone and strength. The Hittites mastered ironworking long before their rivals, crafting weapons that changed the art of war forever. Their chariots thundered across plains, swift and deadly, revolutionizing ancient battlefield tactics. Kings ruled not as gods but as warrior leaders bound by duty and sacred law. 𝐼𝐴 united rival lords through conquest and diplomacy, laying foundations of a growing Anatolian empire. His successor 𝐼𝐴 led daring campaigns deep into Mesopotamia, even sacking mighty Babylon around 1595 BCE. That stunning victory echoed across the ancient world, though rebellion soon tore the Hittite heartland apart. Internal strife weakened the empire, but iron and resilience forged its path toward rebirth. Centuries later, 𝐼𝐴, as a brilliant strategist, rebuilding Hittite dominance over Syria and Anatolia. He crushed Mitanni's fading power and expanded borders from the Black Sea to the Euphrates River. The Hittite army moved with precision, disciplined soldiers, elite charioteers, and well-trained archers. Their capital, Hattusa, grew into a marvel of walls, temples, and stone lion gates guarding its might. Hittite scribes recorded royal decrees on clay tablets in cuneiform, preserving history, law, and diplomacy. Religion bound the empire together through worship of thousands of gods. Led by the storm god Teshub, vast festivals honored divine forces, seeking balance between heaven's favor and earthly order. The Hittites excelled in treaty-making, recognizing peace as another form of conquest. Under 𝐼𝐴, relations with Egypt grew tense, as both powers sought control of Syria's trade routes. Egyptian pharaoh Akhenaten's instability gave the Hittites an opening to extend influence southward, but plague struck the empire, devastating armies, and claiming 𝐼𝐴 himself. His son, 𝐟𝐴 II, restored stability through faith, military campaigns, and careful diplomacy. 𝐼𝐴's reign brought prosperity and unity, rebuilding strength after years of disease and disarray. The empire reached its zenith under King Muwatalli II, rivaling Egypt under the great pharaoh Ramses II. Their ambitions clashed violently at Kadesh around 1274 BCE, the largest chariot battle in recorded history. Tens of thousands of warriors charged across the Orontes River, dust and chaos filling the desert air. Ramesses claimed divine victory, yet the battle ended in a bloody stalemate. Neither empire could destroy the other. Exhaustion forced words to replace weapons. Years later, under 𝐼𝐴 III, the Hittites and Egyptians signed the world's first recorded peace treaty. It declared eternal friendship, mutual defense, and recognition of each other's borders. Sealed in silver tablets, copies were exchanged between Hattusa and Thebes as symbols of civilized diplomacy. That treaty endures, even today, etched on walls of the United Nations headquarters, as humanity's earliest peace. Hattusili's queen, Putuapa, emerged as a powerful figure, diplomat, priestess, and Karula with divine authority. Her letters to foreign kings reveal intelligence, confidence, and deep influence in global politics. Under her guidance, alliances were strengthened through marriages and shared religion. The empire's wealth flowed from trade in metals, textiles, horses, and iron weapons unmatched in quality. Skilled artisans crafted jewelry, statues, and intricate seals that reflected divine and royal imagery. Hittite laws balanced justice with compassion, regulating crimes, property, and the rights of common citizens. Their archivos, thousands of tablets, reveal a bureaucracy as advanced as Mesopotamia or Egypt. Diplomats traveled widely, maintaining correspondence with Babylon, Assyria, and Egypt. The Hittite script and archives preserved a treasure of linguistic and legal heritage. Yet storms brewed at the empire's borders. Assyrians, sea peoples, and internal dissent threatened stability. Climatic changes and food shortages began to strain Hattusa's great storehouses. As grain ran low, loyalty among provincial rulers began to waver. Rival factions fought for the throne, fracturing unity that once defined Hittite greatness. Invasions struck from the west, burning cities and scattering refugees across Anatolia. The mysterious sea peoples ravaged coastlines, toppling kingdoms and disrupting trade routes. By 1200 BCE, Hattusa was in decline. Temples abandoned, archives buried under ash. The once mighty Hittite Empire dissolved into smaller Neo-Hittite states. These successor kingdoms preserved fragments of Hittite culture and worship for centuries longer. Though their empire fell, their mastery of iron spread far beyond Anatolia's borders. The Iron Age dawned because of Hittite innovation, a legacy reshaping warfare and civilization. Later empires like Assyria and Persia adopted Hittite weapons, tactics, and diplomatic traditions. Even their chariot warfare inspired generations of strategists across the ancient world. Archaeologists rediscovered Hattusa in the early 20th century, buried beneath centuries of silence. Thousands of clay tablets revealed laws, myths, and treaties of a forgotten superpower. The discovery redefined ancient history, showing Hittites as equals to Egypt and Babylon. Their language, once lost, became a key to unlocking Indo-European linguistic origins. Temples at 𝐦𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐞 still display gods carved into stone, eternal witnesses to Hittite devotion. Lion Gate, King's Gate, and Sphinx Gate stand as silent guardians of their vanished empire. Excavated palaces show advanced urban planning, granaries, walls, and water systems centuries ahead of time. Their myths told stories of storm gods battling dragons, symbolizing cosmic balance between order and chaos. The tale of 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐿 reflects humanity's eternal struggle against destructive forces of nature. Hittite priests performed rituals to ensure rain, fertility, and the favor of their deities. Music, festivals, and sacrifices formed bonds between humans and gods across the land. Women like Puduapa reshaped diplomacy, defying the patriarchal norms of the ancient world. The Hittite kings ruled by divine right, but their laws limited tyranny through accountability. Even servants and farmers had protection under codified justice. Unlike many empires, they valued peace as much as power, proven by their enduring treaty. Their empire thrived not through endless conquests, but through order, innovation, and belief in balance. Hattusa's archives became a time capsule of ancient diplomacy and faith. The fall of Hattusa marked not the end, but transformation of Anatolia's civilization. Neo-Hittite kings continued building fortresses, worshipping old gods in new lands. Assyrians would later absorb many Hittite cities, carrying fragments of their legacy eastward. Centuries later, historians pieced together their forgotten story from broken tablets and ruins. The Hittites had vanished, yet their ideas lived on in the empires that followed. Their iron weapons changed the balance of power across continents. Their treaties inspired the earliest roots of international law. Their myths bridged cultures, influencing Greek and Mesopotamian stories alike. The Hittites stand today as pioneers of diplomacy, technology, and governance. They proved that empires could seek both strength and peace in equal measure. Their ruins in modern Turkey remind us of the fragility of human power. Empires rise from courage, fall from pride, and survive through memory. The Hittite legacy lies not in conquest, but in the pursuit of harmony among nations. They forged peace with Egypt, an achievement few empires could ever claim. Their chariots may have rusted, but their words endure in stone and clay. The storm gods once worshipped in Hattusa still whisper through the Anatolian winds. Archaeologists continue uncovering secrets beneath the soil. Piece by piece, story by story, every unearthed tablet breathes new life into their ancient voice. The Hittite Empire reminds humanity that knowledge, faith, and peace are the truest forms of power. Though their empire crumbled long ago, their legacy endures: iron hearts, wise rulers, and a treaty that changed the world.